Key Digital, the experts in digital audio-visual and control systems.
What's up, guys? Key Digital followers and fans, our very important customers, VICs. We appreciate you all being here today for Facebook Live. We've got Leon Sinberg with us today, who has been hitting the streets hard and not traveling light, that's for sure. He's got a demo case that is as heavy as he is enthusiastic about the products inside the case. And so, you know, since it's around the holiday time, and wait right there. We got some special stuff for everybody with the 12 Days of Christmas promo. And what is the biggest gift of all? Well, they always talk about wealth, prosperity. So these products that Leon will be demoing for us will certainly help you all to achieve wealth and prosperity in 2020. What do you say?
Well, yes, thank you, Jonathan. From New York to LA to Washington, all your big conference room designs, stay and play with Key Digital. Take it away, Jonathan.
So we've actually begun shipping now on the Presentation Solutions PS42, X2x1 WVTX, X2x1 WDTX, and the X40MRX CAM USB. Now, what does all this alphabet soup mean to you? Well, we have presentation switchers, complete with wall plate interfaces that support HDMI, VGA, DisplayPort, HD-Base-T receivers, and a camera, a USB professional PTZ camera that will allow any presenter in the conference room to be the host of a WebEx, a GoToMeeting, Skype call, Google Hangouts, etc., etc. Now, the beauty of the Presentation Solutions systems are that no programming is required, but you will get a professional GUI out of this system. For example, so did you just switch it on me?
Well, you were talking about the camera, Jonathan, so we wanted to show how this system works together. So yes,
so he just switched it. How did you switch it, Leon?
We're using the KD app right now. We can also use Compass Control. We'll talk about what components we're demoing today. First, I wanted to show in general how the basic system design layout, which is right behind me, works. So, like you said, Jonathan, the UPS 42U is currently shipping. It's got 4 inputs, including one HD-Base-T input and an HD-Base-T output as well. It gives you 3 HDMI in. So if you take a look at the screen behind me, it's the heart and soul of the basic level conference room that we've been selling all over the East Coast. Washington, we've made some big breaks in the Midwest and on the West Coast with this. So basically what happens is this. The camera, which you're looking at right now, can be controlled on the iPad like this. Okay, we can zoom in, zoom out. We can go to the home screen. We'll also show you how that works in the rack, but not right now. That's controlled through the app, which you can see right there. It's compatible with all soft conferencing software, as you said, WebEx, Skype, GoToMeeting, Zoom. We have a lot of competitors out there who make great products, but they're only compatible with Zoom. So if your company works only with one platform, that's great. But what if you want to conference with another platform?
Absolutely.
What if the other company uses GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar?
Yeah.
We're providing a hardware solution that makes it fully compatible with any conferencing solution. Combined with our wall plate unit right here, it can sit in the middle of a conference room, and like you said, it can give you HDMI, VGA, or DisplayPort in. We'll talk about this new one coming in January in a second when we talk about the next level presentation switcher we have. Basically, it goes into the PS42, goes into an HD-Base-T receiver, goes into the television, and with our KD-AM220, you get the benefit of using CEC technology for on, off, and volume control without the need for a control system. The system works fully by itself, so the IT department never has to be called in a corporate environment. Take it away, John.
Very good. So that's a great overview of the system. And what we have coming soon is a full integrated system that adds USB connectivity through it as well. So you could look for the UPS 52U system to begin shipping in Q1 of 2020, which will add the wall plate. It's a 3-gang wall plate, 2 HDMI, a USB-C, display port. So basically anyone can come into the conference room, anything with their modern laptop, going to be able to plug in digitally, and through the wall plate has the USB connection. So now once again, the pan tilt zoom camera is professionally, it gives everyone a professional webcam for the room. So you're able to watch a large view of that room, and you'll be able to make the whole system work. Oh, LOL, somebody knows they're messing with me, I think. The complete solution without any programming whatsoever with the Key Digital app. So do you mind handing me the iPad there, sir?
This one? Sure. Well, tell me what you want to do, because I customized this program here.
Okay, good. So what we have here, what I wanted to demonstrate for everybody.
Yes.
I'll describe from the 1,000-foot view first, right? Painting with a roller versus a fine-haired brush, if you will. The Key Digital app, without programming whatsoever, that's what I want to emphasize. I'm able to go into, so let me go ahead and show everybody the configuration software, the Key Digital Management Software Pro. What the KDMS Pro does for us is it will allow...
And let me just interrupt to show that what we're doing right here is through the app, through the PS42 switcher, switching to the software that Jonathan is about to describe. And by the way, I'll make a side note too. When we talk about this system here, we're also able to integrate these conference rooms with video walls, but that's a side note. So let's keep going with this.
Yep, so with the Key Digital Management Software Pro, it's just a few selection boxes to add my integrated system. So I can name my switcher in case I have multiple switchers on the same network, for example, because you don't want to just install one of these. You want to install dozens of these in schools, for example, on training room, conference room, huddle room, et cetera, et cetera. You could give each one a unique name so that multiple units show up on your network. Then you could do things like adding the cameras here. And how we do it, we see down in the bottom corner there, we just have a drop down of how many cameras, if you have any, are available in the system. 1, 2. When would you need more than one? Well, one is typically useful for conferencing applications, video conferencing. But what about a training room application where you want to have the view of the rear of the room from the rear of the room as well, so you could see us standing at the front of the room during our presentation. So we actually support up to 7 CAM USBs to be integrated in a single system if need be, and it's all through a drop down. And once we say I have a camera and here's how many, that will become visible in the control panel for the Key Digital app for the user. So just by hitting or choosing in the drop down. Then what if we need to pump up the audio in the room? We do have the AMP 220, which all we have to do is hit a checkbox that says, yes, I have an amplifier, and yes, I'd like to use a microphone as well, because that's optional. If you don't want the microphone, you don't have to confuse your end users. So by hitting this checkbox, now we actually see the slider for the fader for the mic level as well. So it's just a series of checkboxes, the customizations that Leon was referring to, and drop-down menus that will ultimately give you the GUI that is super user-friendly there. And we could even do things like name the displays, front of room, side of room, the inputs, etc. Do you want to show us what it looks like on the camera?
Let's go back to, because I don't know your slideshow here. Let's go back to the overall conference room for a second.
Sure. The thing we had at the beginning of this presentation?
Yes.
You got it.
So right now with the UPS 42U, what we're doing to integrate the camera into WebEx and Zoom and GoToMeeting is we would use the USB camera next to our single or double gang wall plate with the USB hub. That USB hub would go into the computer, and then you would be able to do your telemeeting, GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar, whatever. What Jonathan was talking about is the enhancement the UPS 52U provides. It provides USB right on the wall plate itself, so that the wall plate in the middle can act as a standalone USB hub, receive the camera functionality, and then you could plug it right from the wall plate into your computer. So all you need to do is take USB out of the wall plate into your computer and the HDMI or display port from the computer to this. Done. You now have a conferencing solution that's fully integrated. In terms of the individual programming, we recommend obviously you go through C1, C2, C3 certification if you want to control the external devices.
Yeah, with our
Or,
Compass control system.
yes, or if you want to just control the conference room itself, you can download the KD app.
Yep.
The KD app will scan the system, which is what we're using here, and will give you automated control of the system in terms of controlling the key digital hardware. But the most beautiful thing that my clients liked about this, we just started implementing this through some major university systems, is that you don't even need a control system for this. This is the best part of the system. Through CEC, which is Consumer Electronics Control, making sure that it's compatible with the right displays that do that.
Yep.
Right now, we've verified Sony, LG, Samsung.
Yeah.
But we're, working Epson. We're working with a whole bunch of other companies out there that will work with CEC.
And we're also, pardon for my
No,
interruption,
go ahead.
but also developing a really mature method of controlling non-CEC displays, projectors, through PJ-Link, which is a universal IP protocol. So that's more to come on that in 2020. It's something that, that will be a future feature through firmware updating.
So one of the next level advanced features where we've started implementing because of customer demand is we found that conference room collaboration now involves multiple conference rooms getting together, multiple users wanting to present at the same time. So we were able now to integrate AV over IP with conference rooms. So for example, we just switched the PS42 from one input to another.
Correct.
We can also, at the same time, I'm going to demonstrate it right here, is with our simple-to-use KD app, do a video wall. So right now we're looking at one big screen, right? If I wanted to break this down into 4 screens, it's as simple as pressing it 4 times, okay?
Do you mind showing how you did that, or switching to the other source now? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. So this is,
Or I'll hold it for you if you'd like.
so if I drag like this, I'll make one big display. Okay, and this is all within the conference room framework we're talking about,
You
which
know
is
what's
behind
funny?
me.
The customer who had just texted me, he was actually just doing this for the first time, and he's been telling me all morning about how cool it is.
This is the coolest
Yeah.
thing that I demo on the road all day.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
You guys are lucky I even came down to the office with this box to show you this. So you can elongate it like this.
There he is.
Okay? So it's basically click and drag, and you can manipulate the screen any way you want, and it can go up to 256 displays. So I wanted to show you the merger between AV over IP and conference room designs that we do. Now, not only is, yeah,
You know, what's especially impressive to me about this, and Leon, you've now been in front of a number of integrators as well. You know, we're a 20-year-old manufacturer. We've been doing this stuff. We're not a one-trick pony where we're only selling AV over IP. We're not a
Right.
one-trick pony that's only selling presentation switchers or HDBaseT. We're a full-circle solution.
Right.
And this is the combination of all of these product categories and the software to make it all come together. And you're doing all of this, again, without any programming. Our software is now able to detect the system, give you a pre-built GUI for controlling it. Leveraging that software that our engineers have built into it is what makes it especially powerful and makes it the most powerful proposal that any end user will receive from different integrators.
not just that, Jonathan, but we're coming in many cases at 1/3 the price. with double the margins. So, it's really, in many cases, a no-brainer to
Great.
do this.
I'm glad that's been the response. That's really excellent.
So, conference room technology that we're describing here is also expandable into smart classrooms. Okay, these days you can miss a class, you could watch the class online, you can even participate with GoToMeeting or webinar. Back to the AV over IP and the camera side, for example. So now we switch to the camera. And again, with our AV over IP, I'm not going to keep showing the same trick here, but we can do the same thing we just did on another input with any one of our conferencing components. So like Jonathan just said, it's a full turnkey solution. We've rolled this out in many classrooms around New Jersey, Florida, Wisconsin. We're hoping to expand nationwide on some of these projects where you basically just have one of these wall plates in the front of the classroom, and on the back end, the technology looks very kind of easy to use, easy to interface, but that's because of all the technology we've put inside to make that interface easy, ready to happen. Now, on the back end, for example, with smart classrooms, you can then record the content that they're missing and categorize all of all the classes and things like that. So classroom, conference room, huddle room. I go to a lot of my home theater installation guys in the retail store. I show them this conference room solution, and they say, you know what? Why not put one of these in the showroom at 20% off demo pricing? Why not, so that, the typical, let's say, doctor who has a home office, or anybody else who wants to have a little huddle room in their house at a very reasonable price point walks into a showroom and say, hey, you know what? I could use a little huddle room in my residence or in my small business or in my corporate office.
Nice.
So remember, those of you that have retail storefronts, let us know. We got 20% off on demo for you to show the product and drive the sales. And this portable conference room here, if you want to go around, show this to your customers, takes about 15 minutes to set up. We're also going to give you 20% on that. And for now, I know that's a Christmas special, but we'll see. I know last week you saw Scott. He's the VP of Sales. We're going to go ahead and try to extend that offer for you year round, but don't quote me on that one, Jonathan. Take it away.
So is there, while we wrap this up, the kit is, of course, really cool, and it shows a combination of our products. Is there a specific thing that is just your favorite thing about it that maybe you wanted to demo us, or have you been doing that already?
Tell you the truth, Jonathan, I'm not an engineer, and I'm certainly not as technical as you. What I like about it is the ease of use, and I'm being completely honest here.
Yeah.
To control the camera using an iPad module, zoom in, left, right. There's a button there that takes you home. It puts it into the center collaboration. The way the video wall functionality works, just the ease of use. With AV over IP, you just designate the monitors, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're done. That's really what I enjoy about it. And also its reliability and how robust it is.
Yeah, even this thing's on the road, it's vibrating as you hit the speed bumps or whatnot, or even in the air. And I know you've been rocking it for a few months now, so it's really great.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of buzz. There's certain clients. We have engineering firms out there. We have, contractors out in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia. They're all buzzing about this all over town. We're poised for a big jump on these conference room solutions. Yeah. And I'm hoping that those of you out there who haven't yet explored this within your installation framework really come take a look at it, because at the end of the day, it's just another tool in your toolbox, something you can present to your client, and see if there's an opportunity to make a little supplemental income in the holiday season, Jonathan.
Very good. All right. So for any questions on the new presentation solutions, they're all found on keydigital.com. And you'll see products, you'll see presentation solutions, and new products as well that come up there. So we want to thank you guys all for a fantastic 2019. This is us wrapping it up for the year at Key Digital Live. It was a new initiative by us. And every time we do this, we get a few hundred views, which is really fantastic. So we really, really thank you guys And want to remind you that all these videos are also later edited, et cetera, and posted onto our YouTube channel. So if you missed it live, or if you want to hear something again, you'll be able to revisit it there. On my behalf, any questions, go to tech@keydigital.com. And on Leon's behalf, questions could go to sales@keydigital.com if you want to find out more information about these solutions. And as we go through in 2020, we're just going to keep doing more of these hands-on demos, actually showing you the setup, the installation, and then finally control. So before, during, and after the install, if you will, and the sale. So
And
thanks so much.
let me say this before we go. 2020 upcoming is not just a new year, Jonathan, it's a new decade. I wish everybody an incredible opportunity for not just the next year, but for the next 10 years. And I hope that we all continue to grow and prosper in 2020. Remember, Laser Vision 2020, new decade. I wish everybody success.
Or what about money 2020?
I think I've discussed money so many times. It's in the email address. It's sales@keydigital.com. You want to make some sales, give us a call. We'll help you out in the new decade.
He's your guy.
Thank
Thanks.
you.